What we are seeing is only the beginning, my friends. This is Tony. Hope you're all doing well. We got so many stories to cover in this video. So many wonderful things going on around us in the world. New Jersey, Germany, all these different places. So many awesome things. I'm just completely joking. I mean, obviously things are not going so well. You've seen everything around us, the drones. Obviously the economy is doing terrible. We're going to get into all that in this video, and we have some new stuff to get into. Where are these drones coming from? I have two different theories that are kind of working right now, and one of them seems to be starting to pan out. We'll get into that. We're going to get into what's going on with the economy. It's going south very quickly. We'll get into a number of things, what's going on with the jobs, what's going on with the various other things in the same realm. We're also going to get into where did all that money go? We're talking Crane. Oh, look at, are these kickbacks? We'll get into that. We're going to get into China doing some stuff and much more. Let's just get going with this. We'll start here. Single family rents. U.S. versus Sunbelt. As you can see, prices have went up just a wee bit in the last few years. Almost 50% in 3 years alone. That's not even counting this year. And we're seeing also homeowner nightmare. Taxes and insurance now eat 32% of mortgage payments. A record share of Americans' mortgage payments now goes to taxes and insurance. And I knew they were going to do this. We saw this particularly with blue states and some of the red ones as well, increasing taxes because, oh, our budget's low. Why is our budget low? I don't understand. Oh, the economy's doing good according to our wonderful prez. Why would our taxes be low? Well, everybody's struggling. And then you're like thinking, oh, let's just raise the cost. Well, on the people that are already broke. Yeah, that's a good idea. Of course, this is how some of these government officials are thinking. In cities like Rochester and Miami, some owners spend over half their payments just covering taxes and insurance. One family in New Orleans watched their insurance and tax bill soar from $725 to $2,448 monthly. Oh my goodness. What in the world? That's insane. So you can see, obviously, that's not doing too well. And we saw these state governments not just ignoring the obvious, that everyone's broke and that they think that somehow they can just charge you more because they don't want to be broke like you are. So they're going to just make you more broke, right? This is kind of how they're thinking, although they won't say that out loud. 2024 Gingerbread Index shows egg prices are up over 97% as inflation hits holiday meals. We're not just talking about presents. We're talking about expensive meals now just for Christmas. Things have gotten so much more expensive. U.S. consumer confidence drops unexpectedly to near recession levels ahead of 47 second term. And actually, no, it's not unexpected. I don't know why all the titles of all these articles are saying unexpectedly. Really, this is the time of year when everybody spends all their money. This is when they realize they're broke. They're like, oh wait, I'm broke. Then of course they realized I'm not really confident in what's going on. And they're still waiting for 47 to get in. It seems like it's taking forever. And that's why everyone's confidence is low with regards to the economy. You have Starbucks even. Their strike spreads to dozens of cities. 10K baristas walk out on Christmas Eve. Obviously, everyone's wanting to be paid more because everything's more expensive. Of course, our GOV, they just pass laws. Oh, pay us more taxes, right? While we have to strike for more pay, in reality, it was the GOV itself that caused this entire thing when they printed all that money back in 2020, and actually all the other times they printed money way before that. And they're the ones that caused all this. They don't want to be blamed for it, of course, so they just pretend it doesn't exist. You know what I mean? U.S. manufacturing jobs openings are plummeting. Job openings in the manufacturing sector fell 465,000 in October, the lowest level since 2020. Over the last 2 years, manufacturing job openings have halved. They are below 2018 levels, as you can see here. It just keeps going down. Last time I showed this, I think it was around here. Now you can see it just keeps going lower and lower. I really hope all of you are able to get a job or start a company or whatever you're doing right now and are doing well. My wife is looking for a job right now, and she might try to get back into the place she was working at a year ago because the current place she's working at she don't like. So I know how it is. We see it here in my own home. Economists say labor market is strong, but job seekers don't share that confidence. Here's why. Maybe because the graphs tell you it's low. And it doesn't matter what some paid off economist says, right? Of course, they just find whoever will say what they want them to say, parrot it in our article, and that's how they do it. But we're going to get into a ton of stuff. We're going to get into what's going on with China. Some interesting things, and it could be tied, of course, to these drones. We'll get into that. We're also going to get into the drones and orbs, and actually there's even more bizarre stuff coming out. And some people are just saying now it's got to be AI, but actually, honestly, I think some of these are really legit. I think a lot of these are legit, not all of them. There's some that are probably fake, I'm sure. But it's just getting more and more ridiculous. It's getting very, very ridiculous now. We're now seeing these like really small orbs. I'm going to show you some, I've seen, this is like the second or third video I've seen like this. I'm going to show you that in a minute. It's just really crazy, some of the stuff. And actually, all of this was predicted. They told us this was going to happen. And there's a number of people that were saying this was going to happen in December. Even my researcher that works for me, that helps me find all these interesting stories, he was telling me this for months, this was going to happen. We had Redacted talking about this, had an interview. I'm going to show you that in a minute. First of all, I got to mention food supply, 25-year shelf life. Link is in the description. You're going to definitely want to get this if you haven't already. $5.97 for 3 months worth, one of the lowest prices they've had. Actually, I think is this the lowest? It's around the lowest price. $5.97 for 3 months. Link is in the description for that. Also, of course, this book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity, How to Bet a Seller Do Things Around the House Like They Did in the Good Old Days, hundreds of pages illustrated. The fact is, China and Russia are teaming up, tag teaming like wrestling against who? Us. And actually, I'm going to show you some stories in that realm. Yeah, it looks like China's helping them out. And I've already picked a side. And maybe some of those drones we're seeing are related. I'm going to show you a story that shows that there is some link in there as well. You're going to definitely want to be prepared for whatever's next. Get this book. Get the printed version, $37 plus shipping. Link is in the description. Also, gold and silver. Actual, real currency. You're going to definitely want to get this over the fiat currency you hold in your wallet that loses value daily. Link is in the description. I saw an interesting post on X. Someone put 1 kilogram bars of gold could buy you a house in 1929. 10 kilogram bars of gold can buy you a house in 2024. And the difference was in 1929, it was $6,000 for a house. That's $7,000 of gold in 1929, which is now $900,000. It's like $930,000 of gold today. So what used to cost $7,000 now costs $930,000 for gold. This thing 100% keeps up with the value of actual things. Link is in the description if you want to get some of that. Let's get back to the video. So, of course, there's a reason why we're in Crane, my friends. According to sources, these are the amounts of money that they were paid. Oh, kickbacks. Look, Joe, this was his Christmas present, $92 million. Wow, that's interesting. Mitch, $89 million. The guy can't even stand and talk. He freezes all the time. Nancy, of course, $86 million. Come on, Nancy, you can do better than that. Chuck, $66 million. I mean, this is ridiculous. And of course, Lindsay. Yeah, that's why he's always into that. 82. Oh, Mitt, of course. You can see the list here. I'm sure you've seen some of those names before. They're getting paid off for things that are not good, right? And then we have this here. China nearly triples their nuclear, of course, arsenal since 2020. According to the Pentagon, this is pretty ridiculous. This is from ABC News. And it really makes you wonder why they're doing that. I wonder why. We're not really increasing ours too much. Then you got this here. They're helping out the Ruslans, deploying space tech to deal with our satellites, my friends. Yes, indeed. And there's some other tech as well. They are known for their AI capabilities, their hacking, their robotics, their drones, and also their new 6th generation jet that they just came out with. Forget drones in New Jersey. China's upping the stakes with maiden flight of its latest jet, codenamed Beatty? I don't know how to say that. White Emperor 6th generation jet is designed to be integrated space air fighter. It can go into space apparently as well. Tailless design, diamond-shaped wings, as you can see. Very quick, very agile. Has some interesting stealth capabilities as well. And, of course, we also debuted our 6th generation, I think, in 2020. So it's not like we don't have anything that can compete with it. But they're catching up. They're catching up very quickly. We also had this story from Newsweek. Chinese, of course, suspect was arrested for flying, a drone over a U.S. base. Yes, this is exactly what we've been seeing over the last month and a half as well, is numerous drones over various bases. Wright-Patterson base was, I think, the first one. That was a couple weeks ago, I think. This guy was arrested only 2 weeks ago, right around the same time frame. We have, of course, redacted here. They're talking about, apparently this guy who's interviewing here predicted all these drones and orbs and things to be coming out and said that they will have some sort of alien, of course, invasion, which, I didn't believe it would happen. I thought it was pretty ridiculous sounding. My researcher kept telling me they're going to try this, and I'm like, okay, I know they have some of that stuff. I know they have some, interesting projects in the background, and they probably do have some really strange technology, but I didn't expect them to actually try this. Okay, I didn't think they would try it. But it appears that they are. They're literally trying this. But what's interesting is what this guy says will happen next. He's saying that things will start getting destroyed by these, drones or orbs. I'm like, seriously? Really? This sounds pretty crazy. But I don't know, man. They do seem to have some pretty high-tech abilities to them. They're able to evade being detected. They are able to cloak. From what I understand, they're able to go very quickly, and they seemingly lose them every time they try to follow them to where they came from. It's very interesting. And the question is, that there's two different theories as to what's going on here. It's really kind of hard to figure this out. You got the China factor. There's a lot of things surrounding China that seems to sort of point to them. But there's also other factors as well. Our own GOV, people in black, projects saying this in the past. I'm going to show you a clip here. Check this out.
I found a sinister connection, and there's also this talk that something big will be revealed in 2025.
12 of his 30 years in black programs, and he said, absolutely, positively, they do exist. There's a lot of things that are going on there that I won't be able to tell you until the year 2025.
So, and this is not there's a lot of people that have been saying stuff like this. There's been Reddit posts, other strange posts I've seen out there, anonymous ones from people on Reddit or whatever. And they've been saying this is going to happen end of 2024 into 2025. They're talking about battles, in the sky and stuff like this. And even more than that, that'll even be destroying, buildings and things like that, maybe taking out, of course, power. I'm curious because I had a dream about the end of this year into next year. And I saw cities without, like cities that were in my dream, and it could be symbolic. I don't know, because a lot of my dream has come true, and a lot of it was symbolic. But the latter part of my dream, basically I'm in a city, and a lot of the city has no power, or the lights are out everywhere. So I don't know, man. It could also be a reference to kind of like it becomes dark times, or like it kind of gave me the vibe of Gotham, and Batman. Like there's a lot of weird stuff going on. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever that means to my dream, I guess we'll find out. But obviously we've already seen some strange things. The drones and orbs are just one of many things of recent that have been strange. And of course, also the fact that they had these secret police stations in America from China. You know what I mean? They had also the farmland that's near all these, of course, bases. Very, very strange. All these things are strange. I saw this and I'm like, I don't know what to think, because the more I look into these different videos, the more I see, and there's just a lot of really strange videos. Here's one. Check this one out. This is outside some guy's window. What is this flying around? Here's another one.
What's going on?
What in the world's going on? What are these weird videos? Like, what? What is going on, man? I don't know. I've seen another one that had like really small orbs on someone's cameras in their backyard, and then you got these other ones where you have orbs taking out drones and stuff as well.
At Hamilton Lake in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, this one actually is it's some sort of orb creating new orbs, and basically something takes it out. Check it out.
Last night, so watch. You can see orbs. Well, you can see two orbs. One of them is ejecting other orbs. Seems to be shooting orbs down towards the ground. But this is wild. I mean, I really don't know what's going on here. Every video seems to be getting crazier. Watch. Boom.
And I've seen numerous videos like this as well, where they're taking out these orbs or drones. And of course, also, our military has been told to, of course, stand, down. And our wonderful president is saying, nothing nefarious is happening. Just ignore it. It's completely normal. This is all normal stuff you're seeing in your backyard. This is all normal stuff you're seeing in the sky. And it's only getting worse. This one's in Bronx, New York. I can't even play the guy's audio because he's nonstop swearing. Check this out. He's like, what the blank is happening? And he's saying that nonstop. There's a drone over there. And then he zooms in over here and there's like 15 orbs or something. And this is in New York City now. So apparently, not just in New Jersey. A lot of people have seen him in a lot of different places at this point in time, over bases in Germany, in the UK, bases in America, in Ohio, in several different states now, and a lot of multiple different big cities as well. And again, this is not normal. Apparently it's also happening in Australia, I guess. It's pretty much everywhere at this point. Check this out.
In Australia this Christmas Eve. This is insane. It's getting more and more wild every single day. And of course, again, we have these alleged speculations, like there's going to be some kind of alien activity.
So of course there's clouds there, so you can't really see. It looks kind of strange with the clouds, how they are. But I mean, there's a ton of these videos. You can just go to Twitter or anywhere and you can see a million of them. Acts, or I don't know, man. There's a lot of them. At any rate, of course, also a number of people have been saying that they've been told to delete them after they put them out. Those that actually created the videos. I've seen at least 3 people that have been told by police or others to delete. They come to their house, right? And there was this one that was caught in a tree, which looks really bizarre as well. I've shown that before. What's really interesting, though, is this. I believe this happened 500 years ago. There's actually something really big that happened in 1561 called the celestial phenomenon. It happened in Germany. And actually, when you read into it, that's just a picture of what it looked like, kind of. It sounds very similar to what's going on right now. Over the span of 4 years, on 4 separate occasions in 2 different countries, there were documented news articles describing around dawn, April 14th, 1561, residents saw what they described as an aerial battle followed by an appearance of a large black triangular object, then a large crash outside the city. According to witnesses, hundreds of spheres, cylinders, odd-shaped objects that moved erratically overhead. It sounds very similar, don't it? Actually, it sounds really similar. Less than 4 years later, in Basel, Switzerland, the same thing was apparently witnessed 3 different times over the span of 2 weeks, described in roughly the same detail, even artistically portrayed the same way, as you can see there. And this was 500 years ago. There's someone's rendering of what it would have looked like. And I get into actually why I think that happened exactly 500 years ago in my other video over my other channel, God Rules. I get into this thing called the 500-year Ona, which happens every 500 years. We're actually at the end of one right now. I've talked about it on this channel. The last one was around 1561, and I believe it has to do, I think it's spiritual based as well. I don't think these aliens are from, another planet. I think they're interdimensional beings. At any rate, there's also another interesting thing here. Apparently, they've created a drone, something that can take out drones. Game-changing radio wave drone thing that passes key test. Apparently, it's able to take them out of the sky. I don't know. Kind of interesting timing that they just created this a few days ago. So maybe there's a reason why they did. At any rate, that's my video. I'm kind of wondering what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below, and thanks for watching.